All right, welcome back. It is April 1st. It is the first day of quarter two. I'm an old trader, so I do like quarters. Anyway, April 1st. It's a big day in a couple of ways. Some good, some bad, but I'll get to that in just a moment. A tip for anybody that's changing your schedules and trying to kind of make a shift, do the sort of things that I'm trying to do. Remember to actually set your alarms. Somehow, some way, I didn't double check my alarms, so I did not wake up at 5 a.m. I did not wake up at 6 a.m. I woke up at 7 a.m. So a 2-hour delay getting my day started. And let me tell you what, it was a struggle getting out of bed, even though I was able to get to bed at midnight or thereabouts. So I did good on the promissory part of going to sleep on time and totally screwed waking up on time. So it's okay, a learning experience. Just know that if you're going through this type of same thing, you may want to double check your alarms so that you don't waste any time and you actually get up on time. Anyway, so that was the beginning of the day, a bit rocky. And I'll tell you what, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I got too much sleep, but it was a struggle getting out of bed. I had to mentally sort of convince myself, you know, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to learn some cool stuff. It's going to be amazing. There might be some new opportunities, blah, 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 to finally get out of bed. And I'll tell you what, you know, I haven't missed a day of push-ups yet, and I am not enjoying them. I mean, not in the least. I'm not a fan. Everything hurts. And that's fine. It's okay. It's really, at the end of the day, it's really no big deal. So that's why I just kind of pushed through it and whatever. Today is my mom's birthday, which is fantastic. But today was also the day I lost my phone service. I haven't been able to pay the bill. So, of course, that stacks up, 30 days. And they give you a warning. It's late, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on and on. And then they're like, nah, bro, we're just shutting it off. So, I mean, in the effort of transparency, I can show you that. I guess I will. Whatever. I pride myself on my honesty, and that is, I'm just an honest person. I realized a long time ago, lying was essentially just for kids, and it was just a web of bullshit that you have to keep up with. My brain was just not entertaining those thoughts. So, that also keeps me blunt sometimes and without sugarcoating a few things and sort of, the no filter mode where you just say it how it is. But I'm from Jersey and that's how we are naturally. So it's fine. But yeah, I guess I'll pull that up. Just whatever, so that you could see it. But anyway, that's not even that's not even the big deal. The really grateful part, right? The extremely blessed part is I was still able to call my mom through WhatsApp, right? So they shut off the internet the other day, but I was able to sell a few things and I got that bill paid. Amazing. So now I got internet for another 30 days, which is awesome, which means I have Wi-Fi, which also means my phone and computer work. So I called her through WhatsApp, and, halfway through the conversation, she's like, how did you call me? Like, what is this? I don't recognize this number. Something else happened. It wasn't the normal phone. And so I explained it all to her. But anyway, so this is where we're at. Just throw that up there. I guess if it ever... Well, anyway, in that red, it says suspended. Really, I don't like sharing this kind of stuff. But again, it's just in the effort of being transparent, right? So that's what I owe currently. There we go. 241. Past due, blah, 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 late payment. And then you click over on the account or whatever the hell it's called. Eventually it'll hit the autofocus or not. Whatever. Anyway, it just says suspended. So anyway, that's not why it's a big day, but it's a grateful day, right? it's amazing. I still able to call her. I call her through WhatsApp. I can still use Facebook Messenger, which a friend reached out on Facebook Messenger. They were like, I called you. What the fuck is going on? Blah, blah, blah. And anyway, so make a long story short, they offered to pay my bills. And I, obviously I said no, but that's not even, the thing is, like, if you're going through this, man, dude, trust me, I'm going through it too, man. Rock bottom, right? But that is also sometimes a springboard or the catalyst or the drive or forces you to think, like, that's the motivation I need, to push, right? So if I get tired during the middle of the day and I'm watching a video, I'm trying to learn something, and it's just like, nah, man, it's just so much easier just to like take a nap or pass out or go do something else. It's like, no, motherfucker, you got to eat. You know what I'm like? You got to do this stuff. So keep that in the back of your head as like a drive, right? I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. Like, look at me. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's not, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. And where I think I'm headed, where I know I'm headed, where I'm going to be, it's a joke, right? I look back on that and just straight up laugh about it. Like, yeah, they took my phone and whatever, the electric's going off soon. And it's like, it's okay. It's really, it's not that bad. I got a roof over my head at the moment. The heat and the AC work, the electricity's on, I got internet, I can learn, I can think, I can focus. These are really good things. So there's that. Keep that in the back of your head. Now, other developments, such as like the things that I'm focused on most intently, and I mentioned this the other day, is the AI side of technology. And of course, I love it. I've loved it since it came out. I've loved tech since, I don't know, I could plug something in and was like, this is amazing. So that's where I'm headed. Now, I haven't reached that moment where I'm all in. Once I'm all in, that'll be all I think about. That's all I eat, sleep, and breathe. That's what I do. That's how I learn. That's how I soak it in. That's how I apply it. And that's how I move things forward. I haven't reached that point yet, but I know myself and I know I am close. It could be tonight, later on tonight when I'm learning more. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. I know that I will make that determination inside of a month. I mean, you can mark my words on that. So it's April 1st. By the end of April, you watch back these videos, you will see the moment that I say, fuck it, I'm all in. It's not yet, but it is there, and I know the more I learn, the more I digest. It is right there. We are very, very, very close. For me saying that's my shift, that's my focus, that's what I'm going to do. That is how I'm going to make money. That is going to be my new life to bring on the new lifestyle. And for you, it may be something completely different. It could be yarn, fabric. Where the fuck did that come from? It could be anything. Maybe you're huge into building websites, or maybe you love video games and you're like, I'm going to start a channel and I'm going to showcase what I could do. Whatever. When you have that moment, seize it. When you get that thought that gives you that motivation, that gives you that drive, that allows your brain to think past, am I going to eat tomorrow, and more of, how am I going to envision my life moving forward? How am I going to envision 5 years from now being comfortable, surrounded by friends, doing the things I want to do, and being financially free? When you find that moment, grasp it. Now, there's a parallel opportunity. I'll find out more about that next week. And that parallel opportunity would, in the future, it would have to cease what I'm doing with AI at the moment. But it's also will allow me to learn what I need to learn, implement a few things, and work on this other thing at the same time. That the issue with that is I can't be in two places at once. So I cannot be all in on both. And to be fair, you kind of want to be all in. So you give it your all. You give the absolute best experience. You give your 100% undivided attention and focus, all your motivation, all your energy, all your thoughts. You know, it's very important that you could do that. Now, I can multitask. I've multitasked since forever. It's a natural thing for me to do. So I know I could still give my full energy to one and carve out a slice of hobby time for the other, and that may be the way it goes down. Well, we will see. However, that's the update for today. I think, yeah, I mean, the morning routine is still the same. I may switch some things up with the channel. Obviously, I'm still trying things. If there are any innovators out there that can implement a camera in the middle of your monitor, that would be fantastic, because that's exactly where it needs to be, and I can't get it there, so I got to shove the camera on a tripod in front of my screen. And I know down the road that is just going to be an issue, because I'm going to want to look at stuff that's on there, and right now the camera's in the way. Or just a camera that's mounted up and somehow through mirrors or whatever, some complex matrix of things, it's still pointed at you, would also be fantastic. Just throwing that out there. If anybody sees this video and is in the mood for an impossible task, I just gave you one. So congratulations. Take it and run with it. Just throw me some credit when it's all said and done. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for today. We will see what happens for tomorrow. I am really hoping to digest some more information, get my hands dirty, start tinkering around and breaking things. And that's kind of what I like to do. So that'll be a huge, big day, and obviously a massive wake up in my head once I'm really doing things. And that could be what sends me over the edge for all in or not. We'll see. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, and we'll take it from there. Enjoy the rest of the night. I will see you tomorrow.